The reason you can't overcome your laziness as a Christian is because you think laziness is just needing more discipline or a lack of motivation. Rather, you're simply just scared. So by the end of this video, you're going to be able to understand how fear is linked to laziness according to the Bible. But also that's going to be the first step in you being able to overcome your laziness and do the things that God has called you to do. But if you're new here, hi, my name is Raheel. I'm a pastor and I've got a master's in biblical studies, and I help you live a more faithful and fulfilling life through a deeper understanding of God's word. Now, to understand how laziness is linked to fear, let me read you Proverbs 22 verse 13, which says, "The lazy person says, 'There is a lion outside, I shall be killed in the streets.'" Now, do you actually think there is a lion outside in the streets? Of course not. The author of Proverbs is using this exaggeration to express the way of thinking of the lazy person, that he is claiming there's a lion out in the streets, and the safest thing to do, the most wisest thing to do, is simply not go out on the street and do the things that he has to do. Now, the lazy person doesn't say that they're scared or that they're afraid. Notice the language. They say there's a lion on the street. Now, logically, if there's a lion on the street, the wisest, most rational thing to do is not go outside. So the lazy person is using caution as a mechanism to avoid admitting being scared. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm not scared. I've got nothing to be afraid of. I'm simply tired. I just lack motivation. No, you're scared. And let me tell you what you're scared of. You're scared of being judged. You're scared of what other people will think. You're scared of failure, but also you're scared of success at the same time. And instead of actually encountering those fears, instead of allowing God to work through those fears with you, you simply pretend to be cautious. And because deep down you're scared of actually doing the work, you make excuses. Instead of "there's a lion on the street," your excuse is, "Well, no one in my family's been able to do this, so I might as well not as well." Or "I just need motivation." Or maybe when I lock down my sleep and then I conquer the Pomodoro method and I have my calendar wonderfully set up, then I'll be in the right position to do the work that God has set up to do. All that is simply just fear in disguise. You're simply avoiding the work that God has called you to do because you're scared. So the first step in order to be able to overcome your laziness as a Christian and finally live that fulfilling life, that life of stewardship of the work that God has given you, is actually being able to admit, what am I scared of? So I want you to take that first step right now. In the comments, let me know, what is it that you're actually scared of? What is that underlying fear that your laziness is simply trying to cover up?